across the I get that what North America right now.
That's right.
I'm down in Tennessee, and my lovely wife is up in Vancouver.
Van
Yeah.
City.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm in Washington.
that's right. The lovely Cindy is in Washington.
Yeah.
So
Well, I know you'll be back together very soon, but just have a special little work job going on. So, but thank you for taking some time out to spend with us today on this selfish Sunday.
That's
So, how
right.
are you guys doing today? How are you doing, Kyler?
Good. I'm doing good. I stayed up way too late because I'm watching a show on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh man!" I looked at the clock. I said, "No, why this?"
wait,
But
what show?
okay, Inspiration Four, the countdown. Inspiration Four is unbelievable. Like, if you all haven't watched it, babe, I know you have, but Cindy, have you watched it yet?
Not yet. I'm going to binge it right after this.
Oh
It's
man,
amazing.
it's so inspiring. And I know, based on Nathan's article that he had written, or his blog that he had written, it was just like so inspiring and so beautiful to watch. So if anyone hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it. And then I started watching Squid Game, which is
Oh, no. Is
it
that brutal?
gnarly. Oh my gosh. And I saw actually I saw this a post this morning about working people that work in the when they do subtitle industry,
Mhm.
and recognition for how hard people work on subtitles, and sometimes they're not broken down all the way. So I had a bit of an education this morning, which is very interesting to look up. Another thing, I'm giving a lot of homework, sorry, but I'm a mom, so that's what
That's all right. That's all right. You multitask.
long-winded way of saying I'm doing. Had a good uh, woke up fresh and ready to talk about what we're going to talk about today. Darling, how are you?
I am doing great. I am as well. I am tired. Uh, but more or less just because of, yesterday I did our first 8 hours of training, like firefighter training, fully geared up, air pack, everything, having to crawl through like the craziest little things with 50 pounds on you, and then have to go run laps while doing it, and then they want you to run out of your air on your air pack, so you know what it feels like when you're getting low, but also what it feels like when you literally have nothing, and that's it. So it became very real yesterday. I sweated like crazy, like, because not only is it 50 pounds of gear, but then you're pulling, they have some, dummies out and stuff like that weigh, about 175, 200 pounds, and you're on your hands and knees, and, so you have to like pull that and rescue that dummy out of the room, but you have to stay along the walls. That's how you know where you're at, because it's completely dark. So it's kind of like just a lot of testing a lot of, I guess, my mental strength, and as well as my physical strength, and then the gear itself, it's like got 3 layers to it, so it really does not let your body heat out. And it was 81 degrees yesterday, so, which I'm
Wow.
not complaining about 81 degrees, but 81 degrees with all that going on, yeah, there was no way we were, not going to sweat. So, but it was amazing. I got through it, and not only got through it, I excelled at it. It was awesome. And then we were told yesterday we're the best rookie class. Our chief, that's running the whole thing, this is the best rookie class I've ever had, and he's been doing this for 22 years. Yeah,
Cap.
he's like,
Job.
yeah. So he actually let us out about almost an hour early.
Nice.
Yeah, I know. I was like, thank you. So I drank lots of water yesterday, but then I woke up this morning, and guess what? I was so sore.
Oh,
That's a
Like,
good sore.
everything hurts. And I'm like, because, you don't realize with the adrenaline pump and all that, and how much, energy and strength you're exerting, when you're doing that kind of stuff. And I think even the mental side. So it was just one of those things where, like, I woke up and I was like, uh, oh no, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do anything.
and it also gives such a great, like, tremendously more significant appreciation for the first responders.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't imagine like what you're talking about, babe. I do stunts. It takes me like, just 2 hours, and I'm so sore. But it's like, and I'm saving lives, but you are really legitimately, saving lives, and I appreciate, you taking the time to do that. All super hot in your
Yeah, I think Kyler's already like, she's already hit me up. She's like, look, so when do I get my firefighter calendar? Just 12 different pictures of me.
That sounds like an awesome Christmas present. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, forgive me for being a, cliche here, but it's the truth. I mean, like you said, Kyler, those first responders and what you're doing, Nathan, those are the superheroes without a cape. And they're the ones that really make a difference. So thank you for doing that. And I know just talking to you how exciting the whole adventure is for you, but also the importance of just being able to give back to your community. I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of like what we would do at Create Change, and that's awesome.
Yeah, and I think through it all so far, like there was one thing that I can confirm. Like I don't really have tons and tons of fears or anything like that. I don't, like there's no arachnophobia. There's no like I don't, heights don't scare me. Like I mean, I'll walk right up to the edge of anything. I don't, but I think I started to realize I've had this fascination with wanting to understand fire for so long, and I think it's finally really set in that I think it scares me. Like, and I started to realize that not in a way that, I shut down and or I, like a panic attack or something like that, but it's like, I want to know this thing so well, so inside and out. And when you realize, and a lot of the stuff we're able to see, from the training and a lot of the inside, information and stories and videos, things going wrong, why they went wrong, going through all that, and you start to realize fire, it's almost like it's its own, like it's alive. It's almost like it has a mind, and so I think that was something that it kind of dawned on me yesterday was like, this is like, I was okay to admit it. Like, this scares me.
Yep.
This actually scares me, which I think is why I'm so fascinated with it. And I think also probably just knowing me, I tend to want to take on those things and face them head on, and I know not everyone can do that. And I can't always do that. But I think there's just kind of like maybe a little of that Marty McFly in me that says, go ahead, call me chicken, or, go ahead and, and let's see what happens. Maybe it's a little bit of pride, but I think there's a healthy pride too. And so I really want to excel at this. I got this 1,500 page massive book on it, at the study. I have this big test coming up, and like, I am just tearing, like shredding through this book, and just, I want to know it all. And I think what's really cool about it is the fact that, and I'll wrap up with this, but I think the whole point being is that, fear to me is something that is always, it's more the fear of the unknown, what we cannot predict, what we can't see, right? And I think it helps, at least it's helped me, is to, the further I've understood it, the more I can understand the fear that I have, but I also can lessen that fear a bit because I start to understand truly what it is that is what is that fear? It's not just fear of fire, it's a fear of what about the fire, and trying to understand it. And there's a journey to be had there too. So I just think it's for anybody out there that, you have some sort of fear. I'm not saying go, bungee jump tomorrow or do something crazy. I'm just saying, it's worth taking a little bit of time to investigate a bit and understand what is it that's causing this fear instead of just allowing it to control you. So my 2 cents. That had nothing to do with today, but I wanted to share it because I love our community. I love all of you, and I think it's so important. This is why we have Create Change. We share community, we share our lives, and we share our lives on lives. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Good.
But it has everything to do with today, because we're talking about, mind over matter, and about what you can and cannot do, and how you can persevere and get through things you don't feel like you have the capacity to do so. And so, to save lives and to be, going through houses, it's very much problem solving, just like we've talked about, and figuring out the best strategy and the best route to, in this case, literally save lives. but, you know, also people's memories, and you're saving, you know, people's homes or their cars. You're saving significant parts of who they are. And I think that's incredibly relatable to what we're about. And, you know, I shared a post yesterday on Instagram, and I haven't been on for quite some time. I kind of like peruse every once in a while. It's just I had to kind of take a break from social media, I think, for my own mental health, and just, and I posted yesterday, and I've been really hard on myself. And I've been really, really hard on myself, and, you know, saying things to myself in the mirror, and I just go like, what am I doing? I've been breaking myself down, and realized, like, you know, I needed a moment to sort of capture that. And, you know, for those who don't know me, like, sometimes it's hard for me to, like, be seen without my eyebrows or without, you know, my eyelashes on, and, like, you know, things like that, and capture more of a raw sense of who I am. And you know, I kind of just wanted to do that, and throw it out there and say, hey, you know, we're not perfect, but that's not the point, you know. And to find something good about yourself, and to speak some life into yourself, and to put that out there, because you're worth it and it's important. And it's all about mental health. It's all about, you know, how you put your mind, you know, how you set it to not just encourage others, but to encourage yourself. And you know, different creative ways, and we're finding all sorts of different creative ways. And I read some of the comments, and it was pretty awesome, because it helped a lot of people. And that's what this is all about. It's talking about who we are, how we get through the things that we need to get through, or celebrate, you know, things through our artistry, but also, you know, the fact that creativity comes from all sorts of places. And so, back to the rabbit. I did want to ask Cindy, how are you? Because you asked us, and I feel as though that it's important. How are you?
I am doing fine, thank you. I'm inspired listening to what you both have to say, and thank you both for that. But, you know, kind of talking about fear, even preparing for these live streams, I will tell you, my hands get sweaty and my heart starts beating, because they're so important to me and to the people in our community, and I just want them to go well. And once I'm on with you, I'm feeling great, but I'm scared to death before they start. And so I just kind of want to elaborate on what you were saying there, Nathan, is just inch a little bit closer to it, because look at what I get out of it, what we all get out of it afterwards, with these great conversations, just because I'm willing to put a little of that fear behind me and just go for it. And I can think of so many different ways that I deal with that, and I'm sure that people in our community can as well. So I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling very happy getting the opportunity to visit with you guys today. So thank you.
Thank you. You
So,
do a great job. I would never know any of it.
Oh yeah, trust me. And that, yeah, you just never know what's gonna come up. And you know, I like that you were talking about our campaign, which is creativity. And I want to just thank everybody on behalf of our community for the submissions that we've been getting, and the ones
yeah.
that we've been posting, and the ones that we have to post. I think once again, it's worth saying a special thank you, because I mean, I got the joy of looking at all these messages that came in for your birthday, Nathan, and sharing them with our community. And the creativity, boy, you know, between the poetry and the artistry, and just the words, you know, just the words of, you know, that unique individual, their message. I just want to say thank you for all of those, and also say what a great illustration, I guess, of what creativity is, and what exists within our community. And I bet you some of those people who sent in those wouldn't even necessarily think they were creative, but they are, and so many others are too.
Absolutely.
And we've got more to come this week. But I wanted to do one little thing that would be interactive with our community, just kind of by way of people saying yes, or sending an emoji through, or whatever, because I want to continue talking about this whole issue of creativity, where people think that they don't have it. So I just made up a little list here. So I would just be curious if in the last 30 days, if any of you have doodled or drawn something, just let us know. Say yes, or send in an emoji or whatever. I'm just curious. Oh, I see a lot of hearts going up there. Have any of you written anything for school or work, an essay, or even just for your own pleasure? Have you done that in the last month? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of activity there too. How many of you have taken a picture of something that just appealed to you? You took your phone or your camera and you wanted to take a picture of it.
How do we hurt ourselves? Can we hurt ourselves? How do we do that?
Go. I'm gonna let you figure that out. So
I know.
all of those are things, right? We all yep, those are creative. But this is another. How many of you have cooked a meal in the last month?
Oh, babe. I can't wait. Nathan came up with the recipe for a pasta dish that I cannot wait to try, and he's bragging so hard on that. So
It's really it's called secret sketty because it's actually a white sauce, but it tastes like a full on red sauce. So yeah.
Now there you go. There's creativity. Okay. How many of you have gardened or worked on a plant or something like that? Almost done. How many of you have knitted, crocheted, or sewn something? Okay. All of those things are creative too. And then this last one, because we talk about it all the time, but it's so true. And I did it just again yesterday afternoon. How many of you solved a problem, whether it was big or small? And Chyler, you know about the little problem I solved yesterday with somebody who was trying to get out the back door. So
yeah.
that I shared with you. So that is all creativity. And that's what we're starting to see come through in our submissions. And we'd love to see, just more of people's thoughts about how they have used their creativity to either, inspire themselves to do something like you have, Nathan, your, little beads of creativity and all the different things that you want to do. I know with some catalyst to you going out and wanting to do this firefighter training. And of course, the writing that you guys both do and all of these things. But we would just love to hear the stories about how people are using their creativity, maybe in their work, if they're artists, but then how they also can translate that into their real life. And we have a special video that we're going to be sharing this week from somebody in our community who shares just that. It's pretty cool.
It's fantastic. They did an amazing job with the video, but also really bringing it back to this creative aspect, this perspective of creativity, of mind over matter, and utilize this opportunity to share kind of their art form, what they do, but how it relates back to your everyday and your everyday. And I was literally blown away by it. Of course, Cindy, you sent it to me, and you were like raving about it. And then I sent it over to Chyler, and hon, you were like, "This is genius, right?" Like.
Yeah, I can't wait for everybody to see it because, they're so relatable and, but just so endearing. And I think, I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited because it's inspired me, and I feel like this would probably be one of the. I mean, we've had so many great submissions, and we've utilized artwork and of course the articles and stuff. This being a video is kind of one of the first of its kind that I think we're going to officially use in this campaign, so that they get to share that same perspective and give that inspiration to all of us. And I'd like to piggyback off of that, and after everyone gets a chance to see it tomorrow, I'd like for us to do another round of submissions based off of that, because I think it's so important. Again, I hammer this down every time, but this is really about, this is community.
Yeah.
Right. This is about it's the interaction, it's the activity, it's the give and take of it. We're here trying to kind of steer the ship, so to speak, but then there's times you get a video like this and you go, what, you take the wheel. And there's always that opportunity out there. I don't want anybody in our community to think that you were less than, or that you don't have enough of something inspiring to give, or you have nothing to share. We all do. And sometimes it's right place, right time, and just but I feel like if you never try, you'll never know. And so super important to just let your voice be heard, even if it's in the discussion sections and stuff. And where we're going with Create Change in the long run here, and even this year, that we're going to be really focused on more community-driven campaigns, even more submissions, multiple. And we're also pushing this idea of giving your voice, more of a loudspeaker on our website. So giving you to really share, not just in discussions and in forums and stuff like that, but you'll see. So, you know, it's important just to keep that, you know, at the forefront of your minds, because this is going to be a very active community. It's going to, as it already is, but it's going to ramp up like 100-fold, you know, as we enter closer to March, closer to the new year, and then enter into 2022. You know, there'll be a lot more of a role for our community to play. So, which is
Yep.
super, I'm
And
excited about.
we have a couple submissions coming up too that I know we'll be posting over the next week or two, where our people in our community are actively challenging each other in the most positive and uplifting way. And that's one of the things that I think I know all three of us are really proud of. And we're excited about this community thing coming in, and we want to hear from you. But one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is being a very safe and respectful community too. And I think you see that come across in our submissions and just the comments that we get from each other. So
Yeah.
again, thank you again for that.
I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, you know, sometimes we talk about it, like really explaining what Create Change is and what we do here. You know, I want to make sure, because some people jump on to the lives and might not even know why we're here and why we're talking. And I was thinking about it. I was like, gosh, I feel like personally, I feel like Create Change is a home. You're like, I kept thinking about home because I want to go home. but you know, but I kept thinking, I was like, this is like, consider it like a home where you can come and you can find your community and be able to just be around like-minded people and people who are looking, you know, for the same things in life. And but find some encouragement and find, you know, a family member that you actually like. um, so
I like that one.
sorry. But, you know, find some people who are there to support you, and people that, you know, want to just be on a journey with you. And I feel like that's, you know, that's us, and that's what we're trying to achieve. And that's why our community is so wonderful. And so if you're looking for a house to come and chill, and you're looking for a place to be inspired, and you're looking for a place to get a good word and to share who you are and express when you come home from school that, you know, maybe you had like a really shitty day, but you know, you get to come home to a good meal. So, you know, I don't know. It's like analogy time, but I hope that's something that can resonate with people, and you can understand that, you know, we're here to be supportive, and we're here to encourage others, and we're very careful about people when they come, you know, onto to be a part of our community, that we do have just a sense of like, hey, if you're coming in, just be respectful, be kind, be empathetic, stretch that muscle, even if it isn't something that might be your you know, your natural instincts, but, you know, come in and be a part of a family, basically, is what I'm saying. A healthy family.
I love that.
I do too, man. I couldn't think of a better way to, you know, kind of put the cap on this live stream. Thank you very much.
Well, hold on. No.
Oh,
No, because I have to throw one more thing out there.
Absolutely.
Okay, so homework for everybody. I started this with Chyler last night. You know, obviously Halsey's, you know, had her new album drop, and I didn't know this has already been a few weeks. And you know, I have mad respect for her as an artist. Like,
yeah.
but she worked with Trent Reznor, you know, from Nine Inch Nails, who's obviously undoubtedly one of the best producers out there, as well as, you know, even as a sound engineer, you know, and obviously as an artist himself. I mean, he's incredible, right? And so they got together, and she went so outside the norm of like that pop centric thing. And I've listened to that album like through from song one through the end. I think it's 11 or 12. I've literally gone through it, I don't know, 10, 11 times in a row. It is absolutely, it blows my mind. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because I want to tackle this, you know, this week and, you know, maybe even starting next week, but I'm going to start writing this blog on how inspiring that album is, and how, as an artist too, that if you do use your creativity, you know, as an artist, that's kind of your, you know, your main thing is to, you know, you call upon that creativity within and use that creative superpower within. That even in the confines of pop music, which I love pop music, I have no problem with it, but there is kind of a very, you know, centralized very narrow road for pop artists. You kind of get stuck in the machine, they call it, right? And Halsey decided, I don't want to do that now. I want to try something different. I don't know if she'll go back to, just going kind of mainstream pop, but I'll take this album, her taking a chance and something, knowing that probably it wasn't going to, and I'm sure with her diehard fans and everybody loves it, but I mean, I haven't heard it on the radio once.
Mm.
And it blows my mind that I haven't, because they're such brilliant songs. And so to me, I was like, and I think the biggest thing about it is she's so honest. Like, that's the lyrics. If you listen to those lyrics, read them down as you listen to it. But it's like, it's so honest. It blatantly, like, she's transparent in it. And I think there's something just absolute genius about that, and about how an artist can utilize their creativity, unique perspective, and take a risk, go outside of their comfort zone, and create a masterpiece, and something that can inspire people like myself and all of us, just to be more creative, be
So
inspired.
what's our homework?
What's
Yeah.
that?
So what's our homework?
Listen to the freaking album.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Do it. That's
They,
your homework.
they worked
Listen to it.
unbelievable.
Song one starts with the tradition and go all the way through. Don't stop it. Don't pick just one. Go through it. It is a beautiful body of work, and I mean, my hat's off to her on that one, because it's really. I've been a fan for a long time, but that really took me to a whole nother level, like out
Yeah.
of the stratosphere. I was just like, it's incredible.
Yeah,
Really.
they worked really tremendously hard to tell a story that is just stunning, absolutely stunning.
So we have
Yes,
blogs and stuff coming up, and I just wanted to talk about it because I'm so excited about it.
That's
So,
awesome. No, I think that's great. So we're going to be able to relate to it even more. I'm going to listen to that too. So I have to binge a show, and I have to listen to some music. And
taken up.
well, the weather's not very good here, so it's a perfect time to just kind of cozy up and do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that sounds great. So, well, thank you guys very, very much for sharing a bit of your Selfish Sunday with us. We always appreciate it. It's such a joy and a pleasure to hear from you, and see the active participation from our community. So yeah, just stay tuned, because we've got more stuff coming up. We've got a really fun to-do list on Tuesday. That is inspired by something that Nathan sent last week. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for the video. Be on the lookout for some great new essays from some of our community members. And just please stay with us on the journey, because it's been rewarding, and I hope that everybody else is enjoying it as much as we are.
yes,
It's getting better, and
Yeah.
which is fun too, but more intimate as well.
There you go.
That's
Hey,
right.
that's great. That's great. All right. Well, you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoons. And I know we'll be talking to each other soon. And thank you to everybody in our community. Have a wonderful Selfish Sunday, whatever time it is where you live. And we'll be seeing you again real soon. But love you guys. Thank you.